Today we are going to talk about enums in Solidity. What is an enum? What is an enum in Solidity? Enum is a way to create user-defined type in Solidity. They are useful to model choice and keep track of states. Why use enums? Enums are used for readability and type safety. Having a close look at this contract enum, this defined an enum status. Now, this enum status improves the contract's readability and type safety. How it improves type safety, we will look into it in the upcoming section. How do we declare an enum? Enum is declared using the keyword enum followed by the name of the enum. In this case, this enum, this enum represents shipping status, where the shipping status is one of pending, shipped, accepted, rejected, or cancelled. So how do we declare an enum? An enum is declared using the keyword enum followed by the name of the enum, then the members of the enum. Next, we are going to look into what is the default value in case of an enum. The default value in case of an enum is always the first element. In this case, for enum status, the default value will always be pending. The default value will always be pending. When we say pending, enums are represented inside Solidity as unsigned integers starting from 0. So, the default value for enum status will be pending, whose value will be initially 0. Whose value will be initially 0. Next, we are going to look into how to get enum values. How to get enum values. Here we have a function get which returns the status. Now, what is status? Status is our enum which is declared at the top level. Now, the enum returns unsigned integer values or its members. Its members are pending, which is 0, shipped 1, accepted value is 2, rejected value is 3, cancelled value is 4. This get function is returning status, which is declared over here. When you call the get function initially, this will always return the value of pending, which is 0. So this is about getting enum values. Now let us look into setting enum values. When we say setting, it implies updating an enum. In the smart contract, we have a function set. What it does, it takes an input of type status, which is an enum, and then assigns the passed in status value to the state variable status. Now this passed in status value must be either of 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 or 4. If you try to pass in a value 5, what happens? Try running this program on Remix IDE and call set function with the value of 5 and note down what happens. So this is how you update an enum's value. Then we look into deleting an enum. Deleting an enum. In the smart contract, there's a function called reset, which will delete the enum value. When we say delete, it will reset the enum value to its default state, which is pending 0. Going forward, let us look into how do we pass enum as function parameter and return type. As you can see in the set function, we have passed enum as a function parameter, and in the get function, we are returning enum from the function. So this is how you pass enum as a function parameter and a return type. You can declare enum at the contract level or at the file level, or the enum can go into a separate file as well. A separate file as well. Here we check declaring and importing an enum. This is a separate smart contract. This smart contract is called enum declaration.sol. It has the definition of enum status. Then this smart contract is imported in another smart contract. And this is how you do the importing part. So notice here, we have declared the enum in a different file. And then this file enum declaration is imported by using this syntax into some another file. And then in another contract, you are declaring enum status as a state variable. So far we have seen what is an enum, why to use them, declaring what is the default value, getting their values, updating an enum, deleting an enum, then passing an enum as function parameter and return type. What are the limitations of enum? What are the limitations of enum? First and foremost, they cannot have more than 256 members. If you try to create an enum with more than 256 members, your smart contract will not compile. Don't take me by the word. Try it out in the Remix IDE. And one more, you could say, gotcha that you must know about enum is, in order to get the minimum and the maximum value represented by an enum, you can use type. You can use type in parenthesis name of enum dot min to get the smallest value, and to get the largest value, same thing, type in parenthesis name of enum dot max. So this returns the smallest and largest value of the given enum. One thing that you need to try out is, try to answer this question. Can you assign a value greater than the allowed range for an enum? What happens if we try to do it? For example, if there's an enum action choices which has 4 options: go left, go right, go straight, sit still. And we all know that enums are represented in Solidity via unsigned integers. And the default value is always the first option, which is 0. So in this case, if you try to assign action choices the value of 4, if you try to assign action choices the value of 4, what happens? Try it out in the Remix IDE. So this is all about enum. Thank you.